Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to week 3. We are going to use the same sequence that we used the last 2 weeks. I will go over the notes and rhythms. You will practice. We will do it together, and you will do it on your own. Let's get started. Hi, beginning clarinet and trumpet players. We're going to start week 3's lessons off with exercise 1. First up, this is your clef, treble clef. Everyone say treble clef. What clef are clarinets and trumpets in? Treble clef. Now we're going to move on to key signature. Your key signature is no sharps or flats. What's your key signature? No sharps or flats. Again, what's your key signature? No sharps or flats. Now we're going to move to our time signature. We're in 4/4 time. The top 4 tells us there are 4 beats in a measure. What does the top 4 tell us? There are 4 beats in a measure. The bottom 4 tells us the quarter note gets 1 beat. What does the bottom 4 tell us? The quarter note gets 1 beat. Before we go over the rhythms, I want to teach you a new concept called ties. Everybody say ties. Good, one more time, say ties. Ties, ladies and gentlemen, look like this. They are a curved line that connects 2 notes that are the same. Everybody say a tie is a curved line that connects 2 notes that are the same. One more time. A tie is a curved line that connects 2 notes that are the same. Go ahead. Whenever you see a tie, add the beats together. What do you do when you see a tie? Add the beats together. One more time. What do you do when you see a tie? Add the beats together. So if I was going to clap and count 2 quarter notes, I would go 1, 2. Now if those 2 quarter notes had a tie, I would go 1, 2. Please listen. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. When I count to 4. 1, 2. We're going to do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to clap and count 2 eighth notes together. Please listen. 1 and. Now let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and. Again. 2, 3, 4. 1 and. Now we're just going to go 1 and when I count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and. Again. 2, 3, 4. 1 and. Now we're going to go listen. 1 and 1 and. 1 and 1 and. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 1 and. One more time. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 1 and. Now we're going to do a quarter note tied to an eighth note. Please listen. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. So we're going to clap and count a quarter note tied to an eighth note and another eighth note. 1 and 2 and. When I count to 4, let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. One more time. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. Last time. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. We just clapped and counted this. The quarter note was 1 and 2 was the eighth note tie and was the end of the eighth note. 1 and 2 and. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to clap and count exercise number 1. But first, let's go over the rhythms. We have a whole note here, a half rest here. A half rest is 2 silent beats. What is a half rest? 2 silent beats. One more time. What is a half rest? 2 silent beats. Now we have 2 eighth notes. A quarter note, 2 eighth notes, a quarter note tied to an eighth note, another eighth note, a quarter note, 2 eighth notes, a quarter note, and a half note. I'm now going to clap and count the rhythm. Please listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Let me do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Let me try that one more time. Please listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Please practice that on your own. Let's try it together when I count to 4, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Please try that on your own. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the notes. First, we have a whole note G, a half rest, an eighth note G, an eighth note F, a quarter note A, an eighth note G, an eighth note F, a quarter note E, an eighth note E, and they're tied together. Another eighth note E, a quarter note D, an eighth note C, an eighth note B, a quarter note C, and a half note C. I am now going to say the notes within the rhythm of exercise 1. Please listen. G, G, F, A, G, F, E, E, D, C, B, C, C. Please practice that on your own. Okay, now we're going to try that together when I count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, G, F, A, G, F, E, E, D, C, B, C, C. And now please try that on your own. Now we are ready for exercise 2. So in exercise 2, we have something called dotted quarter note eighth notes. Okay, we have a dotted quarter note eighth note rhythm. Everybody say dotted quarter note. This is a dotted quarter note. This is an eighth note. Now everybody say dotted quarter note eighth note rhythm. One more time, say dotted quarter note eighth note rhythm. So when you have a dotted quarter note eighth note rhythm, what you do is you tie 3 eighth notes together and then you clap or play the 4th eighth note. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to clap and count 4 eighth notes. Please listen. 1 and 2 and. Let's try that. 1 together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. Again. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. Now we're going to tie the first 3 eighth notes together and clap the last one. Please listen. 1 and 2 and. Okay, I'm going to try it again. 1 and 2 and. Let's try that together when I count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. We just clapped and counted this. The dotted quarter note, which was like 3 eighth notes tied together, and the 4th eighth note, which was here. 1 and 2 and. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you clap and count a dotted quarter note eighth note rhythm. Same thing here. When you have a quarter note tied to an eighth note, 4, 1 and. 4, 1 and. That's how you clap and count this. 4, 1 and. So we're going to count to 3, then we're going to go 4, 1 and. When I count to 3, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1 and. One more time. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1 and. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the rhythm for exercise 2. We have a whole note, a dotted quarter note, an eighth note, dotted quarter note, eighth note rhythm, 1 and 2 and, a quarter note with a tie to an eighth note, another eighth note, a quarter note, a quarter note, a quarter note, a quarter rest, a quarter note, and a half note. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to clap and count exercise 2. Please listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do it again. Please listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Please try that on your own. Now we're going to try it together when I count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Please try that on your own. Now we are ready for the notes. First, we have a whole note C, a dotted quarter note A, an eighth note B, a quarter note C, a quarter note D tied to an eighth note D, an eighth note D, a quarter note E, a quarter note F, a quarter note G, a quarter rest, a quarter note E, and a half note C. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to say the notes for exercise 2 within the rhythm of the song. Please listen. C, A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G, E, C. Please practice that on your own. Now let's try it together when I count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G, E, C. Please try that on your own. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for exercise 3. Once again, we have our treble clef. What is that called? Treble clef. Our key signature has no sharps or flats. What happens with our key signature? No sharps or flats. We're in 4/4 time. What does the top 4 tell us? There are 4 beats in the measure. What does the bottom 4 tell us? The quarter note gets 1 beat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the rhythms for exercise 3. First, we have a quarter note, then another quarter note, then 2 eighth notes, then a quarter note, then a half note, then a quarter rest, then a quarter note, a quarter note, a quarter note, a quarter note, 2 eighth notes, a dotted quarter note, an eighth note, and a quarter note, then a rest. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to clap and count the rhythm for exercise 3. Please listen. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. I'm going to clap and count that one more time. Please listen. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. Please practice that on your own. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the notes. We have a quarter note E, a quarter note D, an eighth note D, an eighth note C, a quarter note E, a half note D, then a quarter rest, then a quarter note F, a quarter note D, a quarter note B, a quarter note C, an eighth note C, an eighth note D, a dotted quarter note E, an eighth note D, and a quarter note C, then a quarter rest. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to say the notes for exercise 3. Please listen. E, D, D, C, E, D, F, D, B, C, C, D, E, D, C. Please practice that on your own. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to say the notes together when I count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, D, D, C, E, D, F, D, B, C, C, D, E, D, C. Please try it on your own. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you will hear what all 3 of these exercises sounds like on your instrument. Thank you for participating in this week's lesson.
Hi, beginning clarinets. Welcome to week 3. We're going to get started right here with exercise 1. Exercise 2. Exercise 3. Hi, beginning trumpet players. Welcome to week 3. We're going to get started here with exercise 1. Exercise 2.